The world needs clean oceans. This video was conceived, written, and produced by youth from around the world. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 13 and 14 are about protecting our climates and oceans. Youth from around the world are coming together to protect our oceans and our climate. Let's listen in on this global youth meeting with Mosa from South Africa, Noor and Sanad from Jordan, Zainab from Turkey, and Isabella from the United States.
Today we're going to be talking about climate change. Noor, did you know that the United Nations recently released a report stating that changes in the ocean are without a doubt linked to human behaviors?
Oh, really? I actually have been learning a lot recently about the impact plastic has on our oceans, so I can see how our behaviors are changing the oceans. And I wonder how we can reverse these changes, though, and why more isn't being taken already.
I'm actually so glad that you asked that because that's exactly what we're going to be going through today.
I think it's taking a long time to improve the health of our oceans because people don't really believe in the ocean being affected by climate change. Some people think that there's not any climate change, so they keep not recycling, even though it is really affecting the ocean. Also, some people know it's happening, but they are too tired to take action. Others think they'll die before climate change happens, even though it's already happening.
That is a great point that you raised because sometimes the actions that I want to take need help from more people because it doesn't just impact me. So I wanted to ask actually, what changes in your community do you think could help the environment and ocean health, and what could you do to help make those changes happen?
I think that if the local government made a law for every street and apartment building to have a trash can, a compost can, and a recycling bin, as well as making sure that both trash and recycling is collected, then people would make the effort and sort their trash. Making it easy for people means they would help keep trash out of waterways and out of the ocean.
Once I went to the Dead Sea in Ada. So once I reached there, there was plastic everywhere, like everywhere. So what I did is I got a little plastic bag. I started trying to pick some stuff up. I started asking people if they can help me. Help me. Many of them did. Some of them didn't. They said it's the beach's fault. So then I went for a little swim. Every second I turned, there was another piece of plastic. Trash, plastic bag, water bottles, everything. So then I was sad and disgusted because of the pollution. It's very sad sometimes.
In Turkey, we value our beaches a lot because they're a great touristic attraction. Therefore, Turkey organizes a lot of projects to keep our beaches clean, but more importantly, safe for marine life because plastics can break into smaller pieces, and just as they start emitting greenhouse gases, and the rustling particles that are called microplastics can scatter around the globe, even to the depths of seas and oceans, which can harm the marine life, as well as plankton, which are marine microscopic organisms that are responsible for producing about 50% of the oxygen that we breathe. So by polluting the environment, especially the beaches, we not only harm marine life, but we also harm ourselves. So it is very important to be aware of that.
That is wonderful to hear about the cleanups that has been part of in his community, and it's actually super interesting to hear. And also, recently I've been thinking a lot about how there are no recycling centers near my community, and I just know if there were ones near us, many people in my neighborhood would dispose of their recyclables better. And I'm planning to write to my local government about this issue and advocate for more recycling centers near my community. And if that works out, it would be amazing.
Yeah, and the challenge with like climate change and clean oceans is that oftentimes it needs to happen on a much larger scale, right? For example, Nor, if your government were to build those recycling centers, right, that would have a huge positive impact not only for your community but for your whole country or area of residence as a whole, right?
I think I would advocate that the government create laws to watch over companies that use oil pipelines. They would be checked regularly and fined heavily if the pipes were not taken care of. I would make sure it is law that all the oil companies have money in a special bank account just to take care of the environment. If there is a leak, the government would ensure that they clean up after themselves, and if there's an oil leak, they can clean it up immediately and use booms to contain the leak.
Yeah, when we talk about climate change, our oceans are in a unique position because when they are clean and healthy, they provide so much for improving the conditions of climate change.
That's completely right, no, I totally agree. And on the other side, when our oceans aren't healthy and clean, that can also have a huge negative impact on climate change. So, I mean, I guess we all need to be doing our part to restore ocean health, right?
There are so many different ways to play our part. For example, challenging our personal behavior and changing and improving conditions in our communities, and also advocating for better rules and policies are all ways people like me and you can help save the oceans.